or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter. Every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello and welcome into the Daily Nebraskan show right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I am Ben Droz, one of the sports writers at the Daily Nebraskan, and I'm joined here, like every Tuesday, by Joseph Meyer.
Yes, sir.
We're back. Senior sports editor at the DN. Joseph, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. It's finally dead week.
Yeah.
It feels a little dead, both on campus, both within the Husker sports world.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, that doesn't mean that I have less classwork somehow. So we're finishing up, excited to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But last week was our last week of publishing at the DN, so a little bit less off our plate this week. But of course, in sports section, we're never done.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have baseball and softball tournaments. Softball Big Ten tournament coming up this weekend. Baseball, a couple more series before the Big Ten tournament, which will be in Omaha, which we'll be covering. And then the NCAA tournament, which, if things go right, potentially a regional in Lincoln. So exciting stuff coming up, but excited to be done with school as well. How about you?
Oh, you know, I'm pretty much done with school this semester, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I can't say I'm not in the same boat.
He's not in the same boat, but you know, you'll get there. You'll get there. It's dead week. Next week is finals week. Nice thing about journalism college is you usually don't have too many finals. So.
Yep, until this semester.
It's.
But
Joseph, you're gonna get through it. You're gonna live. Hopefully,
we're gonna survive.
You're hopefully survive. But one thing I do want to announce is that this is gonna be the last week we're gonna be doing every weeknight for this show. We're haven't decided if we're gonna keep going through the summer, but because this is our last week of publishing, and you know, school wrapping up. A lot of people are going to be leaving town because, again,
I guess people go home for the summer.
Yeah,
is that a thing?
Not. I couldn't say the same. So, This is gonna be our last week of doing this show every Monday through Thursday from 11 to 12. But stay tuned. We might be doing Saturdays.
It's been a semester, I'll tell you that.
Maybe, but
a lot of late nights.
It's been fun.
It's been
I
fun. Never thought that we would be able to do this because we did the podcast once a week, and it was like, okay, we got to find enough material to fill a 45-minute podcast.
Yeah, come in.
And then we come in here and it's okay. Let's fill our show every single weeknight.
Pretty much every single week. 4 nights a week.
And it's worked incredibly. I've enjoyed every moment of it. There is surprisingly, I thought we were going to run out of things to talk about, but in the Husker sports world, there is consistently new things to discuss. Specifically, now that spring football is wrapped up,
rankings.
We can't stop talking about football, right?
Oh, no.
Because
never.
There's been a couple top 25 rankings, like preview rankings to come out, but specifically you wanted to discuss one in particular and how you thought that maybe were you shocked to see a certain team
a little bit
pop into the top 25?
Yeah. Nebraska on, I forgot the name.
Joel Klatt.
Yes. On his top 25, Nebraska's ranked what? 21? 22.
Notably ahead of Iowa.
See, I don't know how much I like that. But we'll get into it. Joseph, I want to first get your thoughts. You look through the rankings. Nebraska's in it. Even with the freshman quarterback, second year under Matt Rule, he thinks they're a top 25 team. Do you feel the same?
No.
I would say the same.
And here's why. And it's not because of that this team does not have potential, but I think specifically with this football team, we saw it happen in Scott Frost's second year. Anointing players too early before they have achieved greatness and expecting them to achieve greatness doesn't work out. And again, the players they don't care about this.
Yeah.
But if they get to a situation where going into the year, it's expected that this team is ranked going into the season, which means the expectation is then 9, minimum 8 wins, 9 to 10 wins if you're ranked at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
That is such a high expectation to put on a football program that just showed incompetence at times last year.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've talked about it at length. The 5-7 to potentially a 7-win or 8-win season is there. I think it can happen. You're a little more bullish. But to anoint a team before they have done anything.
And before you even saw Raiola take a snap against another team.
It's, if you're a Husker fan, you're thinking, oh, gosh, here we go again.
Yeah. For me, I don't know about preseason. Like, if Nebraska coming into the season is ranked top 25,
they won't be.
But in the slight chance, I would be so shocked.
Joel Klatt has traditionally been, it's weird because he's a Colorado grad, played quarterback at Colorado, and really loves what Deion's doing. He doesn't have the Buffaloes ranked in his top 25.
Which they aren't either.
He is oddly very pro Nebraska. Like, even last season, I listen to his podcast all the time, talked about how much he liked what the Huskers had been doing and what Matt Rule was doing. I think Matt Rule just has a very high reputation amongst the media, amongst the national media.
I mean, he was in the NFL.
He does his rounds, and you could tell that after the spring game, like, there was a lot of people that were waiting for a chance to talk about Rule, talk about this program, and just needed that spark of, oh, Raiola threw a crazy touchdown pass. Let's talk about Matt Rule. But yeah, Frost is surprisingly pretty pro Nebraska, more than most. So I would be floored if they're ranked in the top 25,
Same.
the actual AP top 25 going into the season. But it's this kind of discussion that I think is not healthy for the program. And, obviously we feed into that because we do talk about it. But I mean, every Husker fan talks about it. I just think Rule at this point is in a position where he's like, there is not that expectation. It's just getting better, getting those 3 points better. Not a wins expectation, not a success expectation. It's just being better than they were overall last year.
Yeah. So I'm not saying they can't be top 25 team. This team can be. Like, it wouldn't shock. Like, would it be? Would you be shocked if Nebraska's not ranked when they come into the season, obviously, but they win all but maybe one of their first 8 before they play
First 7.
First 7. So they're already bowl eligible. They go 6-1.
Oh, they would be ranked.
They'd be ranked.
Yes.
So this is like
it's not unfeasible.
Yeah, it's not like, and that's why, like, while I'm saying, okay, let's pump the brakes, maybe like preseason top 25, but this is not a team that can actually be a top 25 team. Like, it wouldn't, like, I wouldn't be shocked if going into that Ohio State game, they are ranked. If they take care of business and do what we know they can do, because Nebraska's better than all these teams in these beginning schedule. Like, they just are.
I mean,
I think so.
on
paper.
I wouldn't even say on paper, though. I think just in terms of what we expect the development to be.
They should win all of them, but they're not going to.
Because on paper, Nebraska is a team that has a lot of inexperienced young guys and guys that we haven't seen in the program before.
But
so on paper, it's like if they all live up to expectations, Rule has put together a masterful offseason. Now, that is yet to be seen. I mean, we'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm not sure if you can say on paper they're better than these teams. Colorado, again, it's like they should beat that team, but it's Colorado, and 4 straight losses to the Buffaloes would be a brutal stretch.
I think
they don't play them for a while.
That's where you really, like, if Nebraska loses that Colorado game, the season could get ugly very fast.
I don't know about that.
From fan perspective, it would get ugly pretty fast. We already saw how, like, mad Nebraska fans got at losing to Minnesota. And that Minnesota team beginning of last year better than what this Buffalo team should be. I'm assuming. I don't know.
No, I don't. I think Colorado's going to be much improved over last year just because of the development of the program. I don't think they're going to be great, but again, it's year 2 in a system. Shedeur is going to be probably a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. Like, they have talent. I just don't think they have the overall depth as a team to be able to beat Nebraska at its heights. Like, if Nebraska lives up to expectation. But I mean, Raiola is going to have one of these freshman stinkers somewhere along the way. Like, I mean, if he doesn't, he's generational. But, like, every freshman quarterback is going to have a growth game. I wouldn't be surprised if that's potentially the one. But again, we've talked about this. The lighter schedule than past years. I mean, I've been in college 3 years. I saw them start the season at Illinois, which should have been in Ireland, which they got robbed of a home game because then they had to go to Illinois instead of Ireland. At Ireland against Northwestern, which they should have won, but again, it's overseas against a Big Ten opponent, and then at Minnesota, at Colorado. Like, the last 3 years have been brutal starts. You don't have that situation this year.
Nope.
You start off with the cupcake, and then you at least get Colorado at home, which will be an incredible environment. Potentially big noon kickoff. There's also Michigan, Texas that day, though. So I'm assuming game day will be there. But yeah, I think overall excitement going into this season. But the problem is you cannot have a situation where the expectation is 9-10 wins. And that's no. I think a lot of Husker fans are and I might just be wrong and be in the wrong circles. I think a lot of Husker fans are like, oh, I don't have expectations. But if they go out and only win 6 or 7 games next year, they'd be severely disappointed. I think if you're a Husker fan, you need to temper those expectations.
I think for this to be a successful year, 6 is the floor. That's the floor.
Well, of course, you have to make a bowl game.
So while if they only get 6, fans would be happy that they got to a bowl game, but still, like, you should have won more than 6.
Right.
In all honesty, Nebraska could easily win 8. I feel like if they get
that's
7,
my early record prediction.
I think 7 or 8, it's a pretty good season. I'm not going to say it's a great season, but that's a pretty good
I think 8 would be a great eight win season in Lincoln. I mean, it's been a long time.
I don't know if I'd say great, but that'd be a really good season.
I think with
great would be 9 or 10.
Freshman quarterback, year 2 of a coach, 8 wins means you probably beat Colorado at home and likely go into that Ohio State game either with 1 loss or undefeated. I don't know. I think that would be a great season in Lincoln. Now,
I think it'd be really good, which we're splitting hairs.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. But overall, I've just been, and you know, we kind of already wrapped up the spring with our spring game discussion. But as we've seen, couple guys enter the transfer portal, not really consequential. It seems like Rule is full steam ahead on this thing. I am extremely excited to cover this team next year, to see what they're able to do. Because this is the most buzz in my college career that this team will have, nationally and locally. Because you had Frost's 2021 season, which was like, okay, fans are back in the stands.
That was pretty hyped.
The next season was like, okay, they won 3 games. They might be better, but I don't think the expectations were quite there.
No, there weren't expectations, but it was still annoying to me when everyone would say this is the greatest 3-9 team ever and be like, they're just right there. I'm like, no. Like,
there's an argument to be made.
There was a reason they only won 3 games.
There's an argument to be made if they make a coaching change that offseason, especially a defensive coordinator, and the defense isn't so bad in 2022 that, I mean, there's a lot of what ifs, but if Casey Thompson stays healthy, the defense isn't as bad in the beginning of the season.
The team had potential.
You don't drop a game to Northwestern. You don't drop a game to Georgia Southern, and that's a bowl team. They beat Iowa. We saw, I mean, that team had the talent to beat a really, really, really solid Iowa team.
I mean, there just hasn't been, like, all of these Husker teams, in all honesty, have been talented enough to get to bowl games. Like,
for sure. I mean,
it was feasible.
That has been the discussion.
Yeah,
I mean, how many times have we got up here and discussed this about there's the talent,
coaching,
but there's not the execution,
and that's why.
And that's why I think this season is the most exciting it's been in a long time.
Because you can see what Rule is doing. Like, I just have so much confidence that he has this program going in the right direction. With Frost, it's kind of like you were just hoping. You were hoping, betting on a big name.
Right. Now,
that Rule, he has a history.
Yeah. Now, I wasn't I didn't live in the state back in 2019, Scott Frost second year. Do you remember much of?
It was so hyped when he first got hired here. It was like that. Like,
you think the hype going into Frost year 2 was bigger than it is now?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I mean, doing right.
Because even Martinez was like, okay, he showed flashes of freshman. Yeah. This is a Heisman. There was Heisman talk about Martinez year 2.
There was so much. I would say it was probably more, just because, like, everyone, it was like, okay, when Scott Frost went to UCF, he was like, he had a bad year 1, but then year 2, that's when things took off. So that was kind of the expectations. Like, okay, Martinez year 2, Scott Frost year 2. Like, there was a lot of hype.
So now you think fans have just been burnt by that year, that they're like tempering their expectations a little bit for this one, which is in my opinion smart.
I don't think it's an over exaggeration or over prediction to say that this team can easily get 7 or 8 wins. Like, this team can easily do that. I feel like with the Scott Frost team, it was a lot of, there was just a lot of talent that you were unsure of. I feel like with this Matt Rule team, I'm a lot more confident this team actually has the talent. It was just, the name of Scott Frost,
right?
Adrian Martinez,
so, what part of this team are you most excited to see?
Outside of Raiola?
Okay. That's, again, the cheap answer. I'm going to avoid for the rest of my tenure as a senior sports editor. I'm not going to say Raiola is exciting, because that's the basic answer. But outside of that, what are you most excited to see? Because we're not going to see much until we get to the fall. Like, this is the longest stretch of period where we don't get to see anything. And it feels kind of weird, because it's been pretty much nonstop. You go from off season straight into the transfer portal and recruiting, and straight into spring ball. And now it's like, where did it go? So there's a lot of time to ponder, Ben, on what you're excited for. Any specific position group?
I mean, I'm excited to see the wide receivers with Raiola. I think there's a lot of potential in the wide receiver room. I think it's a lot better this year than it was last year. And that's why I'm just excited to see this offense in year two. I just wrote the offense was just so bad last year that it just has to take a step forward. You upgraded so much, quote unquote, so much on offense. I know we've said, I've heard that so much. Every year we hear that the team got upgraded and doesn't always pan out. But this year, I know it sounds like a broken record, but you can actually see it. You have a 5-star quarterback, that 5-star recruit that has the talent to be a generational quarterback. The best quarterback Nebraska has seen since.
He has the potential to be the greatest quarterback. He's the biggest
honestly,
recruit in program history.
So with that, and just young wide receivers, I really like the running back group. The offensive line is improving slowly but surely, and I'm just excited to see this offense. That's going to be my answer, because I just really Satterfield. We haven't talked about Satterfield much. He got a lot of Husker fans didn't like how Satterfield handled last season.
Yeah, I think I think as the season progressed, the reality set in of there's only so much he can do.
Yeah.
So,
but there's a lot of Husker fans that still didn't like the play calling.
Yes.
A lot. And I might have been one of them at certain points.
There were times that I felt like it could be improved, but then I also took a step back and said, let's be honest, he doesn't have his full personnel yet.
No. That's why I'm if this offense doesn't take a step forward in year two, that's bad. With this group, if there's not a sizable step forward, Matt Rule might have to start looking at somebody else for offense coordinator.
You mentioned wide receiver room. Isaiah Nayor is I think going to be one of my favorite players to watch this next upcoming season. What I've seen from him in spring ball, at the spring game,
him and Lloyd,
watching his practice film, seeing what he's done in the past and kind of that untapped potential. I'm really excited for what he's going to be able to do in this offense. I think his size and speed is going to bring a whole new level to this Nebraska wide receiver room that we haven't seen. I mean, guys like Bullock and Garcia Castaneda are going to get forced down the depth chart where they just aren't going to have the same opportunities, and barring injury, because there's so much talent in this room. But most excited for me, I mean, the defensive line is going to be so awesome. I don't think I have fully come to grips with the amount of sheer power on that defensive line with the returners.
It's going to be good.
And just some of the young guys in there as well, coming off the edge, and how they're able to mix it up in the 3-3-5. I'm excited for Cam Lenhart's development. I think he is going to be, your next superstar. Riley Van Poppel's a guy that I'm really excited to watch him develop behind Nash and Ty. Jamari Butler, again, there is so much talent in this front seven. The secondary it's good news with the Bly Hill injury news. That it sounds like he'll be back. Secondary is a little bit more of a question mark.
Yeah.
But again, in the Big Ten, how much do you... Dylan Raiola is going to walk in and be an arguably top 7 or 8 quarterback in the conference as a true freshman. There's just not that much quarterback talent.
When you're playing Iowa, you're not worried about your secondary.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we'll see with a healthy Cade McNamara and new offensive scheme there. But again, same thing. A bunch of transfer guys in the Big Ten. A lot of unproven guys in the Big Ten. Michigan, Ohio State just are not going to have the same passing attacks that they've had in the years past. Obviously you don't have to deal with Caleb Williams, but USC is still going to have a high-flying offense. But yeah, just the front seven, what they're going to be able to do. Secondary is a bit more of a question with some of the guys that they lost, but I still think overall the defense will be just as good, if not better, with the development of the young guys. So, up front, I'm just super excited to see.
I'm excited about the defense. It's just how much better I know this defense can't get better, but it's there's not as
well,
much.
You ask Matt Rule that
there's not as
he's
much.
got a lot. I mean,
I know there's a lot.
He views this as this can be the best defense in the country.
Yeah, no, this defense obviously has room to grow. There's just not as much as the offense. The offense was just so, and so that's why if this offense can take a step forward and this defense, even if they just stay the same as last year, that's the vision. That's the vision. This defense obviously should be better this year, and we know how good they were last year. It's the offense has to take a step forward. It doesn't matter really that much about the defense. Even if the defense is marginally better, it's not going to make that big of a difference.
I think the schedule's easier though, so the defense.
That is true.
I think the defense could carry you to 6 wins this year, where it was only able to carry you to 5 last year.
The way they win games though is going to be interesting, because if you're just winning once again off the back of just a very good defense and the offense just looks bad and Raiola doesn't look good, you're still just like, how good is this team? Like, this team still has a lot of work to do, because
high ceiling, but a relatively low floor based on the injury history that this program has had and the unprovenness of a lot of its players.
So it's going to be interesting. This defense can carry this team to 6 wins, which is why I'm confident that this team will bowl game this year.
It's going to be a nightmare.
If they
the picture of the student section with the welcome to your worst nightmare, that is going to be the front 7 this season.
If Nebraska doesn't bowl this year, it won't be good.
Oh, yes.
That they have to. This is the year.
Well, especially if Tony White could be out the door if the defense is he probably will be if the defense is as good as the last year. You're going to lose a bunch of guys to the draft on the defensive side of the ball. Don't want to jinx it, but there's always the chance that Raiola has second thoughts. We've seen crazier things happen. So this is the year you got to show development in year 2, and that's winning. Yeah. I'd say 7 games minimum.
7 should be the expectation, in my opinion. I think 7 is the expectation. That if you don't reach 7, it's not great. 6 will keep the world from collapsing.
Well, we can have these expectations for the next 4 months, Ben.
I know. I'm excited, but it's going to be fun. I'm super excited to see football when September and August come. But with that, we got to throw it to break. We come back. We're going to get a sport that is playing right now, which is NBA. We're going to get some NBA talk coming because we haven't had a show since last Thursday. So a lot has happened.
A lot named Mr. Anthony Edwards has happened.
A lot has happened. So we're going to dive into all that right here on the Daily Nebraskan Show on 92.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Cheetos on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Far too many kids in our community face extreme challenges due to homelessness, abuse, and neglect. Despite the troubles these kids face, we believe in them. Believe in giving them the safety and stability they deserve. Your gift on Give to Lincoln Day will help us provide services to meet kids where they're at, while also showing them how far they can go. Please make your gift to Cedars on Give to Lincoln Day.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group are Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Women may be complicated, but I make sure buying jewelry isn't. Your gal has a style, and you can figure this out. Is she more of a classic necklace kind of gal, or does she rock the boho chic vibe with layers of delicate bracelets? This is crucial intel. Not trusting your intel? Stop in the store and we'll sort out the details. I promise to make this super easy. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hey, guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Old School with DP and J.
Very small percentage of players, coaches, administrators thinking like, I'm planting my flag here. Nick Saban's run probably won't happen. It takes a very unique person and personality to be comfortable where you are, be strong enough to push to get what you need, and then also be very strong enough in a player's standpoint to advocate for yourself at the right time.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello and welcome back in to the Daily Nebraskan show right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Ben and Joseph still here with you. We're like halfway done with the show. Half an hour left to go.
Yes, sir.
Before it's Wednesday. So, NBA talk, because I just want to get right into it because we got a lot to discuss. Where you want to start, Joseph?
There's only one place to start.
And that was the expectation when I said this is what we're going to do.
So I given you my rants about I don't know how to cheer in this series either for the Nuggets or
See,
or the Timberwolves.
I'll give the short story. Joseph here has been a lifelong fan of the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Both have not been too good But
I have
now-
lived in both cities. Let's get that out of the way.
Yes. So
both have been terrible.
But now
root for the home team.
But now they're both good. And they're playing each other in the playoffs, so he doesn't know who to root for. But now I feel like the answer is pretty obvious
clear
now. Because it's so much fun. Especially because, back to back. Well,
the Nuggets
that'd
got
be
it last
cool.
year.
It's like you want to see a new team. It's always fun to see a new team.
And that's the thing. Minnesota sport, for those that have never spent any time in the Twin Cities area, it's one of the most, outside of maybe Cleveland and Detroit, one of the most depressing sports cities, because not even how bad the teams are, just how close the teams have been during certain eras to being great and have ultimately let everybody down.
Have the Timberwolves ever been great?
No. The Timberwolves are the outlier because, the Vikings have had years that they can push for a Super Bowl and fell flat. The Twins had a lot of years where they made the playoffs. There was that Bomba Squad year that they hit the most home runs in what I believe it was a history of the MLB, tied with the Yankees. And then they got swept in the first round. And it was that was a letdown. They finally got a series win last year, the Twins did. And then the Wild, which is, hockey's huge up there, again, just constantly let the team down. But the Timberwolves are a weird one because
they've just never. Was the Kevin Garnett Timberwolves
I don't know. I didn't live that was predating my time.
Yeah,
but
bro, what was that back in 06?
A long time ago. That's us in
for our entire lives, the Timberwolves have never done anything.
They've been one of the most irrelevant franchises in the history of sports.
I think there's an argument that they're the worst professional sports organization.
Oh,
there's an argument.
I don't know if that there's a lot of bad ones, Ben.
I know there is, but Timberwolves, they're up there, man.
The Wizards exist.
Wizards, they've won a championship, right?
I'm not great with NBA history.
Yeah, it might have been when they were the Bullets or whatever, but I'm pretty sure Wizards have won.
Yeah, I'm just saying overall, currently managed. If you go on history, probably up there.
That's what I'm saying.
They're newer. They're newer though, so you have to kind of take that into factor.
But the Timberwolves have just never been good.
Anthony Edwards, I've been watching him. It was that draft that he came in that it was, oh man, the Timberwolves kind of sucks. They had this is kind of a so-so draft to have the number 1 overall pick. Coming out of Georgia.
And it was the COVID year, right? So we didn't even get to see it.
Wasn't I don't believe it was the COVID year. I believe it was the year before. But it wasn't
okay, maybe.
It wasn't the consent, it was the consensus number 1 overall pick, but it wasn't this,
not like
Wemby
or
even Karl Anthony Towns the year he came out, even Andrew Wiggins the year he came out. This is a team that had been drafting at number 1 a lot and hadn't really been working out. So they get Anthony Edwards, who some had said that he didn't care about basketball at the time. That was one of the criticisms of his game. And because he just, I guess, didn't have a lot of fire at Georgia. It makes sense. You're playing basketball at Georgia, just not a basketball school at all. But the dude is legitimately going to save the NBA. Here's why. The NBA needs
saving
fresh,
the NBA.
The NBA needs fresh, new, young, exciting star players as their old veterans are on their way out. We saw look at the Clippers. They've got the entire 2010s decade on their team, and they can't win a first-round series. The NBA is losing, over the next 5 years, it is going to lose all of its big-name 2010 stars. Once LeBron's gone, once Curry's gone, once a couple of these other guys are gone, the whole Clippers roster is gone. Anthony Edwards is going to be the face of the league, along with a couple other guys, within the next 5 years. And it is awesome to watch. That dude is so entertaining. I don't care if you seems like everybody's kind of on the side of Timberwolves are a fun team to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of haters, which is weird because
what is there to hate on? They've
exactly
literally done. See, we had a comment. KG won 1 playoff series. There we go. That's the greatest.
So it's
Timberwolves team.
It's kind of like the Lions, where it's they've just been so bad for so long. It's fun to watch them do good for once.
Yeah, they're literally like the Lions of the NBA.
So yeah, and Jared Goff is the Anthony Edwards of the NFL.
Oh, okay. I don't know
Just
about
kidding.
that. Maybe a Monra.
Maybe. But yeah, it's just so exciting to see, especially for everyone back in the Twin Cities, to see how they've rallied around this team. Because, I mean, to be honest, not that many people have cared about the Timberwolves over the last 15 years.
What's there to care about?
There's just no benefit to care about that team. Target Center's not the greatest arena. Like it's old. It needs updated. There's a lot of other pro sports. You got the Gophers. The Timberwolves fall very low down. But now, I mean, I was looking at tickets potentially to go up this weekend, and they're a pretty penny for the upper deck. Very good. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be great for the league. They're going to win this series. There's no way they don't win this series.
I don't know.
You steal 2 at Denver? Denver doesn't lose at home.
Denver still has a chance, but
I mean, you have Jokic. You're always going to have a chance. I just don't see a world where they pull off 4 of the last 5.
I don't know either. But you're saying he's going to save the NBA. I thought there was a guy named Jason Tatum that's like the next Kevin Durant or something.
Well, because here's the problem with Jason Tatum is there's guys like you who we're not going to get into this again, but there's guys like you who don't think he can be the face of the league. Because do you think that Anthony Edwards can be the face of the league? Because his antics, his the clips, his post-game press conference quotes, the swagger that he plays the game with, outside of his physical game, I mean, he can do it all on the court, but just his aura and
I love that.
The way that he entertains this series is, I mean, the NBA playoffs first two series are not always the most talked about. I mean, yeah, you had Thunder and versus Mavericks tonight, and it'll generate some buzz, but nothing like what the Timberwolves Nuggets last couple games have been. Just seeing how well the Nuggets and Lakers series was rated for the Timberwolves just to come in, just dominate the Nuggets right away.
It shows how bad the Lakers were.
I don't know about if it shows how bad the Lakers are. I think it just shows how good the Timberwolves are. And I
think it shows both.
I said whoever wins this series is going to win the NBA Finals.
I agree.
And so I'm going to, from now on, I've got the Timberwolves to win the NBA Finals over the Celtics.
Oh, okay.
Jason Tatum versus Anthony Edwards.
See, I do think Anthony Edwards could be the face of the league, but I'm going to guess it'd be more Jokic or...
I don't think Jokic can be the...
Get Luka out of Dallas. Because
Luka's a weird one. Because you think...
Because I've been on the Luka bandwagon. Like I really thought he was gonna be the next face, and like he just hasn't done anything on the Mavericks, and now the hype is kind of
he's done. I mean, I wouldn't say he's done.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing.
not done nothing, but like
he's brought him to conference championship.
Hasn't no,
they've been to conference championship series. They haven't won it. They haven't won.
They didn't get to the Western Conference.
Yeah,
Finals,
they did.
Did they?
2 years ago. Remember they beat the Suns, then they lost to the Warriors in the conference finals. So they've been there, but it doesn't feel like it, which is fair to your point, because it was always like, I don't know, it was always like they were overachieving, and they were knocking off teams that were more exciting.
And like the Mavericks are just not.
And again, I'm not a good person to ask because I just don't like the Mavericks. So
the Mavericks are just not that good of a team. Like outside of Kyrie Irving and Luka, that team is just not that good.
Well, I just don't think they're that marketable. But then the whole thing gets into the Timberwolves are not that marketable. I mean, it's quote unquote smaller market, even though the Twin Cities is a massive market and Dallas is a massive market. But in NBA terms, it's a quote unquote smaller market.
I mean, yeah, the Mavericks just haven't had a good history outside of when Dirk Nowitzki just went crazy in the 2010 finals, 2011. I don't even remember which year.
I wouldn't say they have great history, a lot better than the Timberwolves, but I just think Luka's definitely up there. Jokic just doesn't play the game enough.
What do you mean doesn't play the game enough?
Yeah, like not the physical game on the court, but he doesn't play like the media game and the hype enough. Again, love the guy, just not going to be the face of the league because he doesn't care about the league. Like,
no,
he
cares about horses.
He cares about him winning and horses, and that's about it, which is fine. Works for him.
Giannis was supposed to.
Giannis is up there as well,
but he's already getting
injury history again. So I think
not
Shea.
Jason Tatum. I cannot see a world where Jason Tatum's the face of the NBA. I can't.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there.
Unless they win they'd have to literally win like back-to-back championships.
I just think Anthony Edwards is the perfect fan favorite.
I agree.
To step into that role over the next couple years.
We're forgetting about Wemby, just so you know. We're forgetting
Right.
about Wemby.
And I mean, again, like, yeah, there's always going to be the next young talent. But Anthony Edwards, the way that he plays the game is so exciting and just it feels like it's brought the entire basketball community together where you don't really. I have not heard of anybody say a single bad thing about the Timberwolves all playoffs long, which is so rare.
Every time I'm on Instagram and I like see highlights from the game, I just see the same Anthony Edwards gif. And I'm not going to explain what the gif is because I think you know what I'm talking
there's
about.
that one. There's a couple too. There's he did the shrug.
The shrug.
The stare down of KD. The clapping KD's face.
But I think
yes, I know what you mean.
That's the one I see the majority. I think it's funny.
just that kind of just funny. Doesn't seem like he takes the game seriously, but then you can tell he really cares.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
has that killer mentality. I mean, people have gone to I wouldn't say Kobe mentality just because Kobe was not he didn't goof around on the court.
No.
So let's hold off on the comparisons to the all-time greats just yet, but I think he is going to be at least one of the faces of the league for the next decade. And it's great for Minnesota. And I'm so excited for what they've been able to put together. I mean, Gobert's out the other night, and it doesn't matter. They're just so good defensively. The Nuggets, one of the best teams. I mean, they had one of the best seasons, and they are just not able to do anything. And Jamal Murray regresses to pre-bubble Jamal Murray.
What's up with that?
I just think the Timberwolves defense is that good.
We'll see.
I mean, obviously, he's got to hit his shots. But, Jokic has to play better as well. We talked about it last week. The Nuggets just don't have the depth to keep up with the Timberwolves. And they don't have Naz Reid, and they don't have Jaden McDaniels.
See, the only thing that is worrying me a little bit about these playoffs is, I think this Nuggets-Timberwolves series might be the best series of the entire playoffs.
Has it been that good, though? I mean, the Timberwolves have been dominant.
No, I get that, but,
I don't the most hyped up.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a matchup that gets more hyped up.
Well, Adam Silver's going to be rolling over his grave if we get a Thunder-Minnesota Western Conference Finals because he,
will not market those.
I mean, they'll market it, but it's just
not like
he in a world where you
would much rather want Curry and LeBron,
right? Exactly.
Durant,
yes.
So,
but you could have Suns, Lakers, and versus the up and coming. But I think it's good for the league because, like I said, these guys are on their way out. Let's get some new stars.
I agree.
We're finally getting to a point where it's like, okay, now we actually have young players like Shea and Luka, and
we didn't even say Shea about next face of the NBA,
and
possibly,
potentially. And these guys that are just so exciting to watch that are not your traditional 2010s veteran players.
It's going to be interesting. Before we go to break, we haven't even touched on the Eastern Conference playoff games at all. I know they're not as exciting, but we should
yeah,
talk,
you're right.
We should bring them up because
I mean the Pacers completely sold the other night. Knicks should not have won that game, but they did. Knicks are probably going to win that series, and then they're going to get killed by the Celtics. The
you think Pacers are going to win or Knicks?
I think the Knicks are going to beat the Pacers because they're just a better team. And
that a Knicks Celtics conference finals that would get hyped.
Oh, for sure. I think the Celtics would kill them. I think the Celtics would kill them.
That's the only thing that will probably make it not that much fun, is because I feel like everyone kind of
the Celtics haven't. I mean. They haven't really been tested yet. I know your Heat gave him what? You got one on them?
Yeah.
Beat the Cavs 120-95 tonight. They're going to sweep that series.
Yeah, I don't know about sweep.
I think they're going to sweep that series.
I think they're a gentleman sweep.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell has no help. Get him in a Heat uniform.
Maybe 5.
Do you know? See, I don't like Magic at all because I'm a Heat fan, and they're the other Florida team in the NBA.
Bro, it's the Magic.
Exactly.
It's the same thing as the Timberwolves. Who cares?
So, I know. But I don't like the Magic. And I was rooting for them, though, because I wanted Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs to lose, so then Donovan Mitchell would want to leave, and so then he'd go to Miami. That's my fantasy. That's my fantasy world.
Head to South Beach.
Bro, they should have got him last offseason, but
then maybe you'd win maybe you win 2 games against the Celtics in the first round.
Bro, oh my gosh, bro. I'm just imagining okay, you have to agree, Donovan Mitchell, Jimmy, and Bam, that team
would be fun.
That would probably be better than the Celtics, in my opinion. They'd have to get depth.
I don't know. But yeah, it depends. Again,
how they fill it out. Yeah.
Yes.
But like with Jimmy and Bam though are not like Bradley Beal and
no.
Like, come on.
Yes.
These are guys that we've seen them. They've gotten to the finals 2 times. And Donovan Mitchell is a stud. So
yeah, I think Celtics are gonna kind of just sweep their way through.
Yeah,
I don't know if
Cavs
not
are just
specifically
not
sweep, but I think the
Roll their
Celtics
way.
will take care of business against New York, who has exceeded expectations this season, and it's been a great year for them. I think they'll find a way past the Pacers, but I don't see there's anywhere
what's
where
even the
Celtics.
ceiling of like if I'm a Knicks fan, like you're happy that like they're gonna get to a conference final. Like that's the ceiling. Like,
yeah, you can't expect them to go to the NBA Finals with this roster. Like,
I mean,
it's a fun team, but like, it's not an NBA Finals expectation.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I still don't. I know New York has been like they haven't been good, but like, I don't know how they're so excited that this team is like, woo, we're gonna get to a conference finals.
I mean, it's been a while.
I know it's been a while, but
it's been a while.
Still,
Trae Young has had many words to say about that. But yeah, I've got Celtics, Timberwolves. That's my refreshed. I had Celtics, Nuggets.
I had Celtics, Nuggets too. I'm not yet ready to say that the Nuggets have lost this series. I'm not.
Losing the first 2 at home is brutal.
It is brutal, but
they don't lose at home. And now I'm gonna guarantee that Minnesota game is gonna be a whiteout, and it is going to be nuts in Target Center.
One thing, remember when you said Minnesota's not that great of an environment? Probably the most hyped Minnesota's been since this playoff series is when Patrick Beverly and them won the championship. In the play-in.
The play-in. I don't say it's a bad environment. It's just not a great, like, it's not a place that you want to go watch losing basketball. Like, Target Field for the Twins is a beautiful venue.
Beautiful facility to watch losing.
Exactly. Like, you'll go there, enjoy a day. No one's going to Target Center just to hang out and watch a 12-win basketball team. Like, it's just the way it is.
See, now I'm going to bring it back to Nebraska. Memorial Stadium is just a great place to go and watch a losing football team.
No, it's not. But college is completely different.
Oh, man. We're going to throw it to break. When we come back, we're just going to wrap it up with a reaction from the baseball weekend for Nebraska. So you're listening to the Day One Nebraskan Show on 92.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through May 12th, enjoy great Mother's Day specials. 6-ounce USDA Choice Bacon-Wrapped Beef Tenderloin for $9.99. 20 to 24-count King Crab Legs for $19.99 per pound. USDA Choice Tomahawk Ribeye for $9.99 per pound. And all-natural St. Louis-style ribs for $2.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
In a world where businesses are facing daily cyber threats, you need protection like never before. Don't let hackers and malware companies compromise your business success. Stay ahead of data breaches with Hamilton Cybersecurity. Let Hamilton provide you with peace of mind that your business is protected. Our experts identify and mitigate risks before they become disasters. As your trusted partner, we help you protect your valuable information. Hire your local cybersecurity experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Soulful Casino in Havelock is a family-owned business, providing incredible food and service that'll have you craving more with every bite. Soulful Casino offers everything from pulled pork to fried chicken, catfish, ribs, and even quesadillas. You want sides? They've got them. From fries, green beans and baked beans, to collard greens, potato salad, and sweet dill corn. Stop by for lunch as they have specials Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. That's Soulful Casino, located in Havelock, where every bite you take fills the soul.
There are over 1,000 kids in Cedars care today. We're here to ensure that each of them receives safety and stability they deserve. But we need your help. A gift to Cedars will make an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further with the available matching funds. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincolnday.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln kids today.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
The best time to have your air conditioner serviced is before you really need it. Call Bryant now and schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. You'll stay cool and comfortable when you need it most. Just call 467-1111 to schedule your air conditioning check. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Daily Nebraskan show right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Very short last segment before we wrap things up here. Just want to quick go over baseball because baseball continuing to play pretty good. Won the weekend series against Minnesota. Won the game on Friday 10-7. Won Saturday 7-3. Lost Sunday 6-2, but still won the overall series
win.
And the ranked RPI in 21.
So it's actually interesting. This weekend is going to be very interesting for the Big Ten regular season championship decision. So right now, Nebraska's in second, tied for second with Purdue at 12-6. Illinois is 1 spot ahead at 13-5. And then Indiana's also at 12-6. Iowa's at 13-8. So kind of weird. They played more games. And then Michigan at 11-7. But all 6 of those teams in the top 6 of the standings play each other this weekend. So Nebraska gets Indiana at home, which should be a big series. Could decide their fate in the Big Ten, where they rank going into the tournament if they could potentially win the regular season. And then Illinois, who's above them, gets Iowa, who's a very good team as well. That could definitely knock off Illinois. So definitely something to watch going into this season, this weekend. There's game against South Dakota State, I believe, tomorrow. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday against Indiana, and then one more series against Michigan State before the Big Ten Big Ten tournament in Omaha, which we'll be covering.
We will be covering.
Hopefully, which would be awesome, is to cover a NCAA regional game,
which I think there's a
good chance
it should happen. It should.
They need to get probably 2 against Indiana this weekend. Like that's from what I've seen, they need to beat South Dakota State.
Midweek game.
And win both series against Indiana and Michigan State with a solid finish in the Big Ten tournament.
All doable.
For sure doable.
So,
wouldn't put that expectation out there yet, but
lot of expectations. I think they are out there. Expectations are definitely on this team that if they don't get to that NCAA regionals, I think it could be a little disappointing.
Well, they'll get there. It's just a matter of will they host or not.
Host is what I mean. Yeah. Host. I think it'll be a little disappointing if they don't, to be honest.
Yeah. It'd be a fun time.
So, but with that, thank you for listening to the Daily Nebraskan Show right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. That's it for me and Joseph. We'll be right back here tomorrow, same time, 11 to 12. It'll be me and Anthony, one of the assistant sports editors. And then after that show, there's only one more.
Yes, sir.
Of weeknights before we potentially go to Saturdays. So once again, this is our last week of doing every weeknight from 11 to 12. See ya.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day. They hope that everyone is able to show how much they care for and respect the moms in their life for this weekend especially, but in everyday life too. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services.